Hey guys, it's Kay in the new year. I wanted to talk to you about how to be prosperous in the new year. Now, whenever a new year comes around, it's always you start off with a New Year's resolution, and usually you hope that that's going to be the push that you need to actually propel you to whatever goal that you have. In the make money online kind of space where you're trying to make money online, I've always done this before. The new year comes around, I'm excited, I'm energetic, ready to go. And one thing that I think has not helped me to become successful online is that in the new year, you make these New Year's resolution, but you have nothing to, in a sense, substantiate them. You have nothing underlining those goals and dreams to really keep you going. Typically, when you know why you're doing something, it kind of fuels you to get things going. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 top tips that I have so you could have success in the new year. So I want you to take a look at this of what it says on my t-shirt here. It's going to be one of my favorite t-shirts. You might actually see it a lot more. And it actually says retirement. So I'm actually retired. And, with this being a new year, I'm looking so forward to it. But you know what? I know a lot of people want to get there to that status of being retired, or maybe whatever your goal is. And especially when it comes to making money or having more money. And these are the 3 top tips that I've definitely learned over the years that are very important to anyone having success in making more money. So let's dive into it, and I could kind of show you what have actually helped me to get to this point. Now, the first thing to really, when you're thinking about success, having money, you got to start out with the idea of having surplus. And as we go further into this, I'm going to share with you some of the books that I've read, actually just pretty much one that has been so influential in terms of it actually encapsulates everything I'm about to talk about here. And reading that book, you'll definitely see how it could actually empower you, empower your life, empower your decisions to actually get to a point where you're making more money in your life. So the first law of this happening, success happening, is to really have an abundant mindset, the mind of surplus. And surplus pretty much means having an extra. Now, typically, as we go through our days, go through our lives, working a job or doing whatever we're doing to make money, we get into a situation where we could potentially be working paycheck to paycheck. You hear that a lot. I'm just working paycheck to paycheck, working to pay the bills. I have no extra. And this is where, as weird as it sounds, as impossible as it sounds, you have to get into that mindset that you're going to create surplus. And surplus starts with you using what you got now and literally saving some of it. I can't say it any other way. I had to get to there to myself to realize that you know what, you have to save something. Now, typically, what most people end up doing is, they're trying to take care of so much in their life, their family, their kids, their house, their cars, um, getting stuff, buying stuff, giving away stuff, being charitable and all that stuff in their efforts and whatever money they have, they're giving away to friends and family to help them out. And in a sense, they've given so much away that they don't, save anything for themselves, that ultimately they become in such a rut that they have nothing. Um, so the first principle you got to learn and to have success in the new year when it comes to your finances, you have to create a surplus. So that means you have to save something. So whether it be, $5, $10, or bucks, you know, the thought is you got to put something aside so you could have it for later. And with that mindset, when you start developing that mindset of putting something away so you could have later, you end up having an abundance that it's more than you can handle. So the idea is put a little bit aside, no matter what it is. So even if you're not making a lot of money, you're really stretched to the hilt, really living paycheck to paycheck, to squeeze out. And I'm not even going to say try anymore. Just do it. If it seems impossible, even saving a dollar, as weird as it sounds, saving a dollar, it trains your brain to recognize what surplus is, and actually to try and accumulate that surplus so we can actually put things aside. Because when you train your brain to put a little bit aside, when you get some more, you start putting a little bit more aside. So you want to have a surplus so you don't get in that situation where you're so frantic in life that if anything happens, you make such rash decisions that you can't bring yourself back out of it. You're digging yourself in a hole. So the first thing is to make surplus. Now, I want to show you this, and this quote is really something neat that actually spoke to me. It's like, a man with a surplus can control circumstances, but a man without a surplus is controlled by them and often has no opportunity to exercise judgment. So, I'm sure if you struggle with money, finances, you realize that when you don't have any extra money, right, to do anything extra, some of your decisions you make probably wouldn't have been the same decision you would have made. I mean, I've heard of countless people who go to the pawn shops and pawn some of the stuff that they had, family stuff, just to get some extra money in. Now, if you had a surplus, chances are you wouldn't pawn some of those things you really have in your life that you enjoy having. So really give thought to, if you're going to make money in this new year, give a thought to actually saving some. Saving a little bit at a time. You don't have to go overboard and try and save half your paycheck, because life happens, right? There's things you got to take care of. You got your housing, your food, your clothing, healthcare, all these things that come up, your kids. So you do need money to run your life, but also it's just as important to have surplus in your life, to have some extra saved away, that when things happen, you could put your hands on it. Because as you realize, if you don't have any, right, some of the decisions you could have made that would make your life enjoyable, now you have no option. Another quote is, a surplus of effort could overcome a deficit of confidence. Now, sometimes you feel like there's no surplus. You truly have nothing extra in your life, nothing extra to give. But you know what? You have effort, right? There's something in you, even if you physically don't have the bucks, you have something in you that you could give. And it's that idea and creating that sense in your mind of surplus. You have things. And, businesses are created because a person with a business mindset know their surplus. So even if they have nothing, conceivably nothing, just their mindset of the idea that they have surplus, they have more than they need in their life, they actually go on to create businesses out of the idea that, you know what, I have something in me to give. So surplus, even though you're thinking about it financially, once you start saving and having the extra, it opens up the different parameters of really what surplus means, and more having abundance mean. Sometimes it really means more than just physical cash or physical stuff you could grab a hold on. When you really grasp the idea of surplus, the abundance, you realize that in yourself you have it as well, and that's what allows you to grow and give more, and you get more. Now, I'm going to go on to the next point of making more money in your life, and that's the idea of minding your own business. I know it's been said, and sometimes some people say it in a jokingly manner, mind your own business. But it's truly a concept that if you're looking to make more money in your life, you really do need to mind your own business. The world is so full of so much things, right? So much social media things, so much stuff. And you could be so consumed with all that stuff that you're trying to fend off every which way coming at you in different ideas, different thoughts, theories, different feelings. And you're being bombarded with all this stuff, and you're trying to fend it off and, in a sense, get involved in every little aspect of the whole world, while your own life suffers because you have no time to really focus on what it is you want, what's important to you, what you're feeling, what you can manifest out there. And so you get lost in all the noise out there, being, in a sense, in an ocean, being consumed by it. So minding your own business is a very important topic or subject to grasp and wrap your mind around when you're looking to make money online or accumulate wealth. You truly have to mind your own business and let people mind their own business. They got their own issues, and sometimes people attack you with their own issues, and you take it on because you're a very nice person, you're very generous, and you lose yourself to the point where you get to a point in your life going, I've spent my entire life, in a sense, helping everyone else, and when I need help, no one's around to help me. And so minding your own business is something you got to take control of in the new year. In any aspect that you're trying to make more money online, is decide, you know what, I'm going to focus on me, my business propelling me. So the quotes I really like for this is, you know what, stop competing with others, start competing with yourself. When you realize everything out there, and sometimes mind your own business. You're seeing other people have success or um, attaining things, and you get engrossed in their kind of process and their journey and trying to see if you could do what they do and get the success they have and that kind of thing. And it's like you're trying to see if you could outdo someone. It's like it's about you. It's about stop trying to compete and see how far you could go. It's always about coming back to who you are. You. No one knows you as well as you do. So you're competing with someone else, and you might not have the same abilities, right? Might not have the same skill, and you're looking at them going, "Oh, that's so nice. They have this. They know how to talk. They know how to dress. They know how to whatever it might be." And you're comparing yourself without knowing that you know what you're trying to be the best person you could be in whatever space it is. So when you're trying to make money online, the idea is, you know what? Do your own thing, stop competing with others, and just start and focus on minding your own business. Because actually, with the minding your own business, you realize who you are and what you're going for. Another thing I like is this quote. It puts in so much in perspective, just nails it on the head. I won't read it in entirety, but I'd say, when you focus on you, you grow. When you focus on other things, that's what grows. So whatever, energy you're casting out there, just know that you're feeding that. And if you're not putting that energy back into you, so you're growing, then you're giving your energy away. So the thing is to mind your own business if you're looking to make money in this new year. The next idea, and the last one, which is very poignant, is the idea that you need to use leverage. In whatever you're doing in terms of making money online, you have to incorporate the law of leverage. And leverage simply means moving something with some tools, using a tool to do something. Because if you're going to enact your own physical ability to say move, a big old rock, and it's too heavy for you, you're going to strain yourself and hurt yourself. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're trying to do so much things online by themselves that it ends up hurting them, collapsing them, and they're out of this business of making the money online. Now, here's some quotes about leverage. People without leverage work for those with leverage. So if you're in a job right now, know that if you're working for someone, that person is using you as leverage. They're getting a good 8 hours, 10 hours of you having some super fantastic ideas, some really hard work, physical work that you're putting into it. And you're not, you get what you get. They're saying, okay, this is worth this to me. But you know in you that you definitely have some great talents, that you work hard, you're determined, you're persistent at what you're doing, you do a great job. Now, how could someone reward you for that kind of stuff, right? How could they reward you for that? You are the only one that can set your price range and reward yourself for what your abilities and your talents are. Someone's going to put a number on it. It's for you to decide if you're going to accept it or not. And the number they put on it is really small, and we end up accepting that small amount for what we bring to the table. So know that if you're not thinking that way, like whatever business you're getting into, if you're not thinking, how can I use coming into this business and actually get a lot much more out of it than what I put in, then you're missing part of the equation to becoming financially stable and financially rich is the idea that, you know what, you're using your own efforts, that if something happens to you, everything's gone, everything's lost. So no matter what you're doing, whether you're at your job, and you do love your job, always keep in the back of your mind, you know what, if this job is not around, will I be able to make an income? And if you can't answer that yes to yourself, that if this job is not around, I can still bring an income wherever it's coming from, then you gotta employ this leverage technique. Another thing is this compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. If you're not following these techniques in terms of, using surplus, saving, um, mind your own business, and actually using leverage, then you're missing it. So here, guys, you know what? I am really empowered this year to help people make money online. If you're interested in what I do, how I make money, I'm actually having a system where I'm helping people to make money with the law of leverage, creating surplus, and helping people to really hone on their skills in terms of minding their own business and creating an income online for themselves. It's a simple business that I think anyone who has a desire to make money online could make money. And if you're interested in that, there's definitely links below and definitely give you a way to contact me for this year. I'll definitely love to help you make money online.